Blake Swanson of Edition by Swanson Homes, and today I thought I'd give you guys an update of our project on St. Albans Bay in Greenwood. So the last time that we showed everyone this place, we were still working on a lot of the carpentry and infrastructure type things that we need for this project, which is now complete. So our windows are in, our walls are framed, and now it's time to start talking about the fun stuff that we have going inside. So let's talk about the most dramatic room in the home, and that's going to be the great room. We have these towering wall of windows looking over St. Albans Bay of Lake Minnetonka that has a lot of southern view, and we're bringing in a lot of natural light. That's going to cascade on this beautiful fireplace face that we have planned. You can see we have a more modern influenced linear firebox. There's going to be Taj Mahal lit strips up the sides of it and across the hearth. And then panning over to the gateway to the upper level, you'll be able to see a glass railing with a white oak cap on it. It's going to be very elegant. So from the great room, we can easily move into the kitchen space. One of the things that was here originally with this home was a hood for the stove that came out of the ceiling. We've eliminated that for a downdraft style cooktop. So that's really going to help open this up and give view to a lot of the design elements that we have going on. So here we have what will be the dining table with a neat light fixture hanging underneath. We open this up with windows so you get more daylight into this space. Moving back into the kitchen further, we're putting the sink back in that corner where those windows are, and it's going to be flanked by a lot of integrated lighting and also reeded glass and shelves and that type of thing up above. So all in all, the way the cabinetry and everything's going to flow in here, it's just going to flow a lot better than what it was. Let's head right off the kitchen to this really neat lounge space that we have going. It's going to have a lot of aesthetically pleasing design elements, as well as the flexibility to convert to an additional guest suite if needed. When we work with a new client on a remodel project, we want to make sure we're not only looking at the cosmetic upgrades to the home, but that we're also working on the flow and the floor plan and improving that as much as we can. So a good example of that is back here. This whole space we've opened up, we've added this really grand entryway compared to what it was. And we also added more closet space over here. And then if you head all the way back here, we've reconfigured this space coming off the garage for a larger mudroom, so there's more storage when you're entering the home, and also for a laundry room so that there's a convenient laundry option on the main level. So this home has towering views of St. Albans Bay, like I mentioned before. Let's go upstairs and take a look at what we got planned. All right, so as we head upstairs, as I mentioned earlier, we have this very elegant staircase with glass railing coming in, so this is going to be a very nice feature. And let's go see what's going on upstairs. When you arrive to the top of the stairs, you're welcomed by this great lounge area. So this space back here is really going to draw your eye from the lower level and encourage you to come up here and see what is going on. Because this entire wall, where you can see we have plywood right now, is going to be a mirrored wall with like a gold champagne colored mirror. It's going to have integrated lighting and quartz shelving. It's really going to be a neat spectacle. And then right next to it, we have this massive window where you get this great view of all the foliage on this side of it. And then obviously leading it off is this big great room space. You're gonna see this big vaulted space with all the ceiling detail, and then of course Lake Minnetonka back there. So this is really the commanding spot of the house up here. So an important space for this project was to have a room where you kind of break away and get away. So what we're able to incorporate back here is a meditation space, and we actually even bumped up the roof vault that was existing, and we created more volume. We added these windows, and it's really gonna be a place of serenity for the owners to enjoy. And finally, on the upper level, we have the owner's suite. So similarly to the other spaces that we're talking about up here, it's gonna have that warm tonal vibe to it. We were able to, on both the left side and the right side, again, we increased the ceiling height. So we remodeled what was here so that there's a lot more volume and headroom. And the closet is over here, with the primary bathroom being back in this direction. And one of the things that's going to be really neat about this space is the shower behind me is going to have a waterproof Roman clay wall on it. So it's a little different than what you've typically seen in showers and bathrooms. And then this wall is going to have large format tile. So it's really going to be a distinct look in here. So that wraps up the upstairs, but let's go downstairs and see what we have planned down there. Welcome to the lower level. The first impression that I think everyone's gonna get when they come down here is this beautiful wall of windows that we're able to bring in and all the light that comes with it in a basement. So this space over here was actually interesting is if you look down at the floor, you're gonna see two different colors of concrete. And what we did was we added this space on. So this is the existing and this is the new. So we're really able to increase the size of the basement, which allowed us to open this up as well. And it also allowed us in the ceiling to get these really cool trays in that are all gonna be lit as well. This corner of the basement is gonna be home to the basement bar. And it is also the home for the walkout door that gets out to the backyard. So the cool thing about this basement is we still have the access, but when you actually just are looking out, you maintain the view, so there's no door in the way. Rounding out the rest of the social part of the basement is this lounge area that has the fireplace and will be portioned with seating around. So let's check out the health and wellness part of this basement. This first room is going to be an exercise room with a rolled rubber floor and area for machines. But back here is a space that I'm really excited about. It's got a whole health and wellness suite. So in this part of the room is going to be a cold plunge with a nice shelf to put your items. This part of the room is going to be a bench with a red light therapy area. And then finally, back in that part of the room is going to be a sauna. And then this whole back wall is going to have an integrated and lit Himalayan salt feature on it. That wraps up today's tour and our remodel on St. Albans Bay. Hope you enjoyed watching our progress. We got more to come. Stay tuned.